Hi, everyone. Welcome, James. Hi, BD. Great to have you here. Of course. This is Hugo, for those of you who don't know. And tonight's theme is obviously Thanksgiving for our American cousins across the pond. So if you're watching in the UK, I'm guessing it's your lunchtime and it's evening time for us here in the UK. So tonight's theme is going to be all about festivities, holidays, things that we need to know, be aware of, safety measures, foods, you name it. I've got a lot to cover, so we better kick off. Let me do a question first from James. When it's time, he wants to know, should he get his cat neutered, or should neutered and non-neutered cats live in the same house? I hope I've got the interpretation of that right. And you've got an indoor cat, but there's a stray been feeding and it's getting cold out there. That's really lovely. Yeah, for anybody who is, looking after cats outside, it's a good idea to make sure they're always warm, because the theory is if you're cold, then cats are cold. So straw is best for beds for them. So think straw if you're going to be looking after a cat outside. With regards to having the cat indoors, I would definitely look to get it neutered, because the impact it's going to have on your resident cat is going to be quite, well, serious, because regardless whether your indoor cat is female or male, if you bring another cat in, whether it's the same gender or not, there are obviously going to be reproductive signals there, and it will really make the hierarchy and the dynamic of those two cats really difficult. So I would definitely get it neutered. Check it to see if it's microchipped first, because it may be that it's been somebody's cat and it's just got lost. So before you take on the expense of that neutering, just check first that it doesn't belong to somebody and it's got lost. And then maybe there are some charities that can help you. I don't know what it's like if you are in the States, but certainly in the UK, there are charities, PDSA, Cats Protection, although I don't think they're doing vouchers at the moment, but certainly they will be able to help people who are taking on strays. And sometimes vets have a budget that they can use to pay, if you like, for pro bono work, but it will vary from vet to vet. So that's something to definitely seriously consider. Hi, Dimebag Coins. I love the names that we get here. Welcome. I don't think I've seen you on here before. You've got a Manx and she hisses at you a lot. Well, hissing isn't aggression. And if you want to know more about hissing, you can go and have a look at my video on TikTok just on hissing. It's actually it can be a varied thing. So it could be annoyance, discomfort, I don't feel comfortable with you this close, or I'm not quite feeling ready to bond with you the way that you're asking me to. So don't take it so personal, but just be cat led on that and try just giving her little treats and things, and take your time with it, and don't take it too personal. Hello, Pudding. Pudding's wanting to jump up here now. Oh, Beady's back. You went. Oh, it's her way or talking the only word she knows. Well, try not to encourage it. So if she hisses at you, don't sort of make a big deal about it, because then she might think, oh, yeah, that is the way I communicate. I hiss and I get a response. So instead, just walk away or leave her to it, and just come back. And it's a good idea. Always sort of, come here, Hugo, come and model this. Come on, there we go. Can you sit? Oh, there you go. I'm offering my finger to him. Come on, and let him scent it. And if he wants to be having the fuss, he will accept that gesture. If he doesn't, then I'll just leave him alone. If you're going straight in and just hoping to pet her, or maybe you're getting too close in her personal space, she may not feel comfortable with that. So hi Star, I showed my girls how to play with the puzzle feeder, but they wanted nothing to do with it. I left their usual bowls out too, but because I worry that especially the less confident one wouldn't eat enough. Yes, well, if you're suddenly changing things and you're suddenly going from a bowl to a puzzle feeder, they won't necessarily take to it straight away, some cats, so you have to ease them into it. So if you were using, I don't know what you're using, but I've got this one here. So what I would do, I wouldn't just put their normal kibble in there if I was going straight in, swapping over. I'd actually put some really, really high reward treats in there that are really smelly. That's a catkin freeze-dried salmon, and then hopefully they'll get the idea that it's a good thing. So it's no good just putting the normal kibble in first. And I've got all different things. You've probably seen all of these are the Phoebe and Doc. Yeah, Doc and Phoebe. I always get it the wrong way round. There you go, Hugo, you can have that now. Okay, Pudding, do you want a treat as well? Yeah. Oh no, don't go on the computer. Can you imagine? He just cuts it off because it was death by catkin nibbles. She doesn't like being picked up, but I don't want a cat I can never pick up. So we negotiate. She's getting better and give her treats. Oh, you did find a feral in the backyard as a kitten. The thing is there, dime bag, is we can't control our cats and make them the cats that we want them to be. They'll do it all in their own time. So less is more with cats, really. And I promise you, if you take the time and go at her pace, it will work out. Well, I hope it will, but it might take a while. But if you just go and pick a cat up, that's the equivalent of somebody coming right into your space and shoving you into a room that you don't want to go into. I know that's anthropomorphizing it there, but I'm just trying to, you're actually doing something against her will. It's not consensual, in other words. So consent is so important, and it helps you with the bond with her. So she'll probably trust you a lot more if you do go at her pace. And she's a really large cat. I can imagine it happens all the time. You're welcome, Star. So today, I'll just keep looking at questions, and BD might pin them as we go along. But it's Thanksgiving on Thursday, and this is obviously a time for reflection, for getting together with family and friends and loved ones, and also our cats. And it's a way that we reflect and think about our gratitude for things. And it's important also to include our pet family in that. So taking a moment just to think of all the things that we are grateful for with our cats, all the lessons they give us. They teach us patience. So just going back to dime bag coins there, as humans, we are so used to getting what we want when we want. Catch up TV on demand. We don't wait for anything. And when we have internet, then we want broadband, and then we want it faster still. We want to cook faster. But that isn't how life has to be. We can take time, and cats teach us patience. Cats teach us to live in the now and to be present. So I think that's one thing that we can all agree on, in that we want to be thankful for the lessons that our pets bestow onto us and teach us. Okay, we got, why is my cat peeing in my bathtub and nowhere else? She's just started doing this recently and either does it there or sometimes in a litter box, but why? Okay, so it could be that she has a UTI, urinary tract infection. It could be that she's stressed. It could be that something has changed in her. She suddenly decided she doesn't like a litter anymore. That can happen. Cats can be using a certain type of litter and then suddenly overnight decide I don't like it anymore, and they won't use it, or they may use it sporadically. So it's important, I think, to get a urine sample over to the vets for urinalysis, and that'll come back if there's anything there, underlying health conditions that you need to be aware of. That's really important. So that would be the first thing I would do. Then I would look at the husbandry. Am I cleaning the tray out enough? Have I followed a cleaning protocol of odicide and isopropyl alcohol afterwards, with any areas that she's actually urinated on? Because if you leave the scent there, they will go back and overmark, because that's what they do, because cats don't do anything ever by accident. So always remember that. She hasn't had an accident. She's done what was right for her at that time. So no peeing is ever inappropriate. It's perfectly appropriate for the cats. It's just annoying for us. So if you've got a black light, go and black light it, see if there's anything that is flagging up there that's highlighted, and then clean properly. And then check your husbandry. Have you been a bit busy recently? Have you been, doing the trays as you should? Are you using a clumping litter? Because that's always a great one to go to if you're not using clumping and your cat's suddenly weeing outside of the box. It may be that they're just weeing on top of a wee smell and they want a clean area to go. So try that one, and hopefully that will help you. Cats on keyboards, killing live streams. You stream a lot, but the keyboard is one of those slide out trays. When I slide it back in, it's like, oh, that's a top tip there. Down by coins, I like that. Yeah, no, mine's actually fully out here. So if I do go offline at any point, it's death by cat paws. Um, Hi there, Sangamitra. I think I've said that right, and I recognise that name because I couldn't say it last time. Is it okay to have food with my cat from the same plate? Now, this is a great one because this leads us nicely into things that we should avoid with our cats. And if you are cooking certain foods with certain spices, with onions, garlic, things like that, that's likely to be really toxic for your cat. So the answer is no. And also, you're training the cat that they can just come and have food when they want to. If you want to eat alongside your cat, then make sure they have their own plate, whether it's down or on the floor or on the counter. Everyone has their own boundaries. If you want to eat alongside your cat on the counter, then that's fine. You do you, but definitely keep their plate separately. For example, what if you have a gravy or a jus or something like that, and it's got something in it that's really going to upset your cat? Not good. If you've got just a piece of poached salmon, that's teaching your cat that they can just come and take off your plate. They may then do it to somebody else who isn't cat friendly, and then you've got an issue. So oh, good. Oh, I love that, BD. Yeah, I'll come back to that in a minute. Do not pray for patience, don't. You want your cat to pee in the bath. Okay, I mean, it is. There are worse places, aren't there? So if she is peeing in the bath, the other thing is, are you using bleach into the plug area, because that has got the ammonia smell that can actually attract cats. So there was a lady that I spoke to not so long ago, and she had a new cleaner, and then the cat was suddenly peeing in the sink all the time, and that's because the cleaner was using bleach in the plug hole. So check what products you're using as well. And yeah, I mean, if your cat wants to pee in the bath, it you can rinse it down. Absolutely. Beady says, what is everyone grateful and thankful for their cats? I'm thankful that my cats are so loving. Oh, that's Vesper and Goose, even if it is at a distance. Yeah, Beady knows it's work in progress. It's going at the cat's pace and having whatever they will give us. I'm personally grateful for Basil. He's been with me 18 years almost, and I always feel like it's on borrowed time now. So every single day, I really make it count with me and him. And if he's clawing to get up, I pick him up and I give him a cuddle, and he just, he goes on Zoom with me nearly all the time. But I'm so grateful for Basil, and I can share this with you. I hope I've got it right. And if you've seen Basil, you'll know that this is him with his quirky little face. And there's a lady on Instagram called Monster Nip Art, and she does these for me. And you can see the Snow Bengal brothers there. She's done those, and I've got more on the way, but keep that a secret. So yeah, check them out, because you literally send her a photograph and she'll do the most amazing things. So that's my Basil, and I'm so grateful for Basil. Danbag, you enjoy cat time, you get more from animal time. You've got a dog, a good old reliable dog. Oh, that's lovely. James, you're grateful for your cat. He keeps me grounded and out of trouble. That's so nice. Keep your cat out of the food. Oh, I can't remember the last time I didn't have cat hair somewhere. Do you ever have it when you find a whisker? don't you think that that's the most magical day ever when you find a whisker? How amazing. Does anyone else find whiskers? And I know some people store them. I saw that somewhere. I thought that's really cute, but I think that's a bit too. I mean, with 7 cats, I'd end up with a hedge of whiskers. Hello there, iridescent path. Your sweet 4-year-old female kitty is so afraid and aggressive at the vet, she has to be fully sedated for any vet visit. I feel so bad to put her through this each time. I'm not surprised. Um, Speak to your vet, because there are a mild sedative that you can ask your vets that if they're willing, they'll prescribe, and it's given 2 hours before, and it just gives them a really nice half a bottle of wine feeling, a couple of whiskey and cokes, old fashions, whatever your tipple are. That's the sort of vibe it will give your cat, and it'll really, really help, because once they've had a negative experience with the vet, then they know when they go in the carrier. So carrier training is really important. Again, if you go along, head over to my TikTok channel. There's a training playlist. I think I've actually got it on my YouTube as well. I'm not as good as YouTube as I should be, but I think there's a video on there, carrier training. I think I called it the safe space for cats. So getting your cat to actually become accustomed to going in the carrier, that it is a safe space, and then it reduces stress. Also, it's worth noting that you can use something like Pet Remedy. That's phytotherapy of calming cat attractants that can work, and there is little wipes and sprays which will come in really handy if you're taking your cat to the vet. So Anxitane is also available on Amazon. That's something that you can give your cat, especially if she's quite an anxy cat anyway. That'll keep her really balanced. It will help. It's a nutraceutical, an amino acid, L-theanine. I mean, some people even buy it in the human bags and then in a powder form, which I've done in the past, and mix it into any food. That works quite well. So go for that. But also remember that, you know, vet checks are really important. So it is crucial that she does have vet checks. But if there's a nice, gentle way, fear-free way that you can go about it, then that wins every time. You're welcome, down bag, about the bleach. Yeah. Uh, Pizza. Hello, you're a new person. Well, I don't think I've seen you on here before. Welcome. I recently adopted a cat. How do you stop her from biting me? She likes to attack my toes and hands all the time, especially when we are sleeping. So predatory aggression, the way that you can eliminate this is twofold, really, is being non-reactive. So it's literally, don't say ouch. When she bites, go very limp, be still, don't do anything, shift your body language, shut your body down, and wait for the release, and then walk away. I think that if she's going for toes and hands all the time, it may be that she's not getting enough enrichment, enough predatory play. So making sure you've got things like teasers and wands. So this obviously is a wand, and this is the teaser, and this is going to keep you at arm's length from her, and just encourage enrichment using these sort of tools. That would be quite good, because then it doesn't allow her to rehearse the behavior, because once they do, they can keep going. And also be mindful about the type of play that you do, because very often kittens that have been played with inappropriately by their humans unknowingly as a kitten, you know, when you do the whole tummy rub and then they could do bunny kicks, you're reinforcing then at that early age that that's okay to do that. So inappropriate play and aggression, predatory aggression later on in cats really do go hand in hand. So I would do those things as well. And again, you can use Pet Remedy spray, valerian spray. Don't use any catnip, because that's a stimulant. So have a cat-free home, okay? Yeah, Basil Dazzle. I call him Baz. Is repeated sedation dangerous over time, and could anything else help her, Feliway or gabapentin, which don't help much. This is verging onto a medical question, so I have to be very, very careful how I answer this. I mean, Feliway is the synthetic pheromones, and that works differently to the phytotherapy pet remedy. So I would definitely use pet remedy. Feliway is a synthetic pheromone, and it's not really going to do as much good, I don't think. And certainly they've only got the spray at the moment. They haven't got the optimum in a form of a spray. So I would be using pet remedy. Gabapentin is the mild sedative that I was on about. And if need be, some vets will give you a dose the night before as well. So, but that's a vet question. So speak to your vet about that. And it depends how heightened she is. Obviously, gabapentin, if really, it'll just give you that glass of wine feeling if you're a cat, but you can't drink wine, obviously. But it's going to do something. So I think your training, your carrier training, getting her on Accutane will help as well. And that's something that she can have all the time. Yeah, you like that, do you, BD? I've got one of, about that now. I've got one of Hugo coming. Oh, and it's amazing, but I haven't told my husband yet. And then I've just got the rest of the cats to go through that. I'm collecting them. But this lady, she's so super clever. I just like the way her art is. And I love plants. And she incorporates different plants as well in there. I mean, the one with Basil's got calathea in, and it's just so lovely. Hi, Max. A feral British Shorthair turned up on my doorstep covered in matted fur. Oh gosh, what a shame. So, I mean, if it's feral, truly feral, you won't be able to handle it. If it's an in-betweener cat, that is a cat that has been owned or had interaction with humans previously, you may, and I think at that stage, I think probably a cat groomer or a visit to the vet. But it depends how bad it is and how much you want to take on as well. The chances are, if that cat's got matted coat, it's got bad teeth, it's not able to groom itself, or it's old and it's arthritic and it can't groom itself. So I would say the vets really, I think, for the best, for the welfare for that cat anyway. Right, I've gone past myself a bit here. Bear with me. My first two cats eat olives and spinach very occasionally. I mean, spinach is okay. I'm not too sure about olives, but if in doubt, Google that one or speak to your vet. Hi there, your cat always becomes grumpy and throws up when I get fast food. I've noticed that especially when getting Nando's and KFC, a spice issue, or does it seem like it smells horrible to her? Is she actually having any of this food? Because yeah, I guess the cats are really sensitive noses to spices, and if you think about the amount of smoked paprika, as you Americans say, that is really going to be sensory overload. So I can understand that why that's happening. So whatever you do, don't let her eat any of those. Yeah, greetings, CS. Um, uh, is there anything else that has the same active ingredient as catnip in it? Yeah, silvervine, matatabi. So this is what it looks like. I think somebody else mentioned silvervine anyway. And they do different. It's in different vessels. I mean, there's even a silvervine lollipop I found out today. So that is silvervine. So if you think that catnip is here, it's a stimulant, but it's a cat attractant as a stimulant. Then you've got your soporific calming cat attractants such as valerian, vetiver, and claricage. Then you've got your silvervine, and that's about in the middle. So yeah, go for silvervine. Sometimes mine will just pick this up, not this particular one, and then they'll chew it for ages, and then they'll leave it, and then they'll go back. So yeah. Excuse me. Some cats don't take to catnip. And Heather's saying, yeah, that's right. And it's funny because some cats who don't like catnip um, will, or they don't get triggered by catnip, shall we say, they do like silvervine, or then you may find that they're more into valerian spray. So, and you can get valerian toys, and then what I tend to do is spray those toys with valerian spray. And for anyone who is, if you've had a look at the Happy Kitty Blankets Facebook page, they are a white cotton blanket, and it's 5 different blended herbs in a little tea bag, and they go inside that blanket, and it infuses, and every single cat absolutely adores them, and I'm sure they would ship overseas. So check them out. If you can put a link into the Happy Kitty Blankets, BD, please, that would be brilliant. I don't think I've ever showed them before, but because it's a UK product, but and she donates £1 to a local cat charity for everyone that she sells. So I think posted they're about £9 or £10. So I don't know what that equivalent is to dollars, probably about $12, something like that. But then you'd have to pay for your postage as well. Your cat rests his head on his chest when you have a panic attack. Oh, to listen to my heart until I calm down. A video of this behaviour, he's always there when he can see me, no matter where I go. Oh, that's so lovely. So, I mean, we've heard of dogs as therapy animals, haven't we? But the fact that cats can be therapy animals too, and I mean, I think I've seen it where cats have alerted their caregiver to the fact that they've got something wrong with them, and they've gone to the doctors and found out that they've got a tumor or something, and the cat has alerted them to that. They can smell. They've got a fantastic sense of smell. It's like when dogs know that a human is about to have a fit or seizure. You know, yeah, so we've got can you spell out the Accutane? Sure, can you do that? A-N, oh, hang on, what am I doing? It's here. Sorry. There we go. There it is. And you can get that on Amazon. There we go. And there's one in here. I'll show you what they look like. There you go. That's what they look like. And they get half a tablet twice a day. And it's really palatable. So, as you can see, they just think it's a treat. But that's great to have in. Sometimes Hugo can get a little bit stressed, so I will always give him some of those, especially if it's coming up to vet time, and then he has gabapentin when he goes to the vet as well, and then he just has a nice experience. And the vets are cat friendly as well, which is lovely. They signed up to the ISFM cat friendly clinic, and that's a international organization, International Cat Care, and it's brilliant. When you go into the clinic, they've got a separate waiting area for cats as opposed to other species. They've got tables to put your cat carrier on, fell-away spray, and a blanket to cover over the cat box too, sprayed with the fell-away spray. So it's really, really good. Your cats, Bev, they like the powder catnip? Okay, yeah. And there's different variants of catnip as well. So I grow my own and then dry it. And there's a company in Ireland called Fred's Catnip Farm, and that is the real deal of catnip. And I'm sure you can find them on the internet. Fred's Catnip Farm. Gosh, I'm giving everybody a shout out tonight, aren't I? And that is amazing catnip, and they all ship out. And again, I think they've got some African connection, as in they donate to a Kenyan charity, I think, or some charity in Africa. So that's really good as well. So Max, you've groomed him and deballed him, and he has no teeth. Oh, there you go. So vets, he reckon he's 12 and he's now your pillow cat. Oliver Crumpet Cromwell, vids on my channel. Okay. Put a link to when this is finished, put a link to your channel so I can go and have a look at that. And in the comments or something, so that I can go and take a look. Oh, that's lovely. So yeah, no teeth, poor cat. No wonder he was all matted. He couldn't groom himself. Kerry, hi there. Your cat has got chronic kidney disease. She's doing okay at the moment, but you're trying to keep tabs on her behaviour for clues as how she's feeling. Do you have any advice? It Well, actually, I know you said, and thank you for that. It may be more medical. Well, no, because you're asking me about behavioural changes in cats when there is a medical issue. So if you notice that she's suddenly hiding more, any change, any subtle change in her behaviour, that should be a red flag. And again, I've got a video on my TikTok channel called Red Flags, Behavioural Red Flags. And these are the things when something does happen that you do need to then go and get another check from the vet. But I think, just keep it slow and steady. A specific diet as advised by your vet or your cat nutritionalist, and Anxetane, keep her nice and calm. If you think she's a bit stressed, making sure she's drinking plenty is going to be crucial. So thinking about how you're presenting the water, make sure your water bowls are clean. Can I say the slime word again? Because I like getting it in every single video. That's my target. Some people have a water bowl and they just top it up and they don't clean it. So, you've got to get all of that slime because that's all bacteria, making it more palatable for your cat to drink. So that's really, really important. Okay. So any hiding, any increased vocalization, inappetence, things like that, that's what you need to be looking at. Okay. Um, Gosh, these questions are coming in. Can you all give this video a like as well, please? Because that's really important. The more likes I get, the more chance you've got me coming back next time. I'm only joking. So I hope that's helped you with the CKD there. So Livarbo, do I put her in another room when I get fast food? Or maybe she has an allergy, because the throwing up always makes me sad. I've just moved. So yeah, I would just put her in another room. Make sure you perhaps got Pet Buddy. Does anyone use Pet Buddy? Does anybody know about it? It's on, hi Hugo. It's on the Alexa, on the Echo app. Launch Pet Buddy skill, program it to, oh, those likes are coming. Thank you. Launch that Pet Buddy skill and keep her company. Make sure she's got some nice treats. The music will be playing. I always use daycare mode on Pet Buddy and it is amazing. So yeah, I would do that because you don't want to be sick when you're having fast food anyway. Your cat's pee looks sometimes weird. Usually it looks like a ball, but once in a while it doesn't have any round shape, rather aligned. So do we know if she has idiopathic cystitis? Is that stress? It's just the amount of pee. I mean, I would imagine if it hasn't made a ball in the clumping litter, then it is just a little bit. You can get some litters that will actually signify if there's any blood or any changes to the pH level in the urine. So that might be worth trying, or get a little urine sample. You can get those little pellets, or even aquarium gravel. Really make sure the aquarium gravel's really, really clean. Get them to pee in that because they'll dig. As long as it isn't contaminated, it has to be sterilised. And then you can pipette that out or syringe that out and take it to the vet. That's your best way to check if she's got idiopathic cystitis. And the thing with idiopathic cystitis is we don't know why they get it, but it's always likely to be a stress trigger. So again, using something like Fellaway Optimum, Comfort Zone, Pet Remedy, Anxetane, increasing your enrichment as well. Don't just heavily rely on plugins. Think about other ways that you can enrich your cat's life. So food, puzzles, anything, just think outside the box. I think I did last time, egg carton. You don't have to buy a fancy puzzle feeder. You can just stick your treats in there. And that would be a good way, the lady that commented at the beginning of the video, that would be a good way to get your cat used to something like that, rather than just putting your kibble in there straight away, putting some treats in there. So when they see that, they know that they're going to get some good stuff. Hi, Stumby. My 20-year-old Tabby has been taken to crying lately, at all hours, day and night, and as she nears the top of the stairs, she'll let out a super loud cries for a good 10 seconds before giving up. Yeah, so this sounds like cognitive dysfunction. It's very, very common. It's just dementia in cats, basically, just like it is with humans. There are loads of different ones. This is what I use at the moment, Nutramind, for Basil. Could do with it myself sometimes as well. So that's got different probiotics, prebiotics, and different things. It's for dogs and cats, and this just helps. Lots of omega-3s, things like that, that help the brain function. So there's another one called Activate. I'll just put that in the chat now so that you can see how that's there you go. That's there we go. There you go. You can see how it's spelled. So Activate, that's really, really good as well for cognitive decline for your cats. She're likely to be feeling a little bit insecure, so make sure that you've got a low light on. It's like a night light or something. Make sure they're nice and warm. So when I started at the beginning, I said that if you're cold, your cat's cold, these snuggle safes are really, really good. So it's a nice fleecy cover, and that is inside, and that goes into the microwave. So making sure that she has a night light, you can use your pet remedy, your Fellaway Optimum, and making sure she's warm. You can even leave some little treats out for her, but it's likely to be the excessive vocalization is likely to be down to cognitive decline. So it happens to cats as well as us humans. You've got 6 cats, Cindy. Hi. You've begun to have issues with aggression and peeing, pooping outside the litter box. You've tried med sprays. Nothing is helping. Please help. Right. Okay. So this is probably going to be a long question to answer. So I would take a look at my TikTok playlist. When you've got issues with aggression and peeing, you've got a lot of stress there. So you've got different issues to unpack. You've got a multi-cat household where they're obviously the dynamic is off. They're not getting on. I'd want to know that, are they all neutered? Do they all have their own areas that they can call their own territory, their own space? Have you got enough litter trays in the home? It's multifaceted, this issue really. Is the health issues there that are suddenly making one cat the pariah cat and then another cat is being more aggressive to them? Are they resource guarding? Have you got enough resources? You know, have you got 1 tree? Have you got 6 trees? Because it's like having it. You need 6 cats. If you've got, well, you all need 6 cats. If you've got 6 cats, you need 7 litter trays. It's not the same for trees, but certainly you want at least 3 or 4 cat trees of the same standard that they're all going to be able to enjoy, and they're not going to be fighting over. And don't forget, you are a resource too. So if you're giving one cat more fuss, you might find that the other one is not appreciative of that, and then jealousy kicks in. So it's you can obviously the plugins, but I'd say this as well: if you've got a major issue or a certainly mid to major issue, you can't just plug a thing in the wall and hope it's going to clear it up. It needs intervention. So I really would suggest vet, behaviourist. Definitely seek one of those out, because you're going to need a lot of environmental support, as well as support with you on how to deal with it. You know, you may be that you have to isolate them and just go back to scent swapping and give them all some time out. Every single plan is different because every set of circumstances is different. So there's no, oh, here's a fact sheet, this is how you do this. We can give you tips, but you know, it may be that you live in a small home where the cats are feeling that they haven't got enough space to get away from each other. It may be that you live in a flat and they haven't got access to the outdoors, or maybe they're indoor cats. All of these things can add to the different dynamics in the home. So I hope that helps. Bev has just now popped the link there for Happy Kitty Pancakes. Apex, is there any explanation for why my cat's so picky with his food and won't eat the same? Yeah, there is. So basically, what you're saying, that your cat will, you go and buy it off the shelf, I suppose, and you go, yeah, here's this brand of Feline Fancy or whatever it's called, and the cat eats it. And then you think, great, really like that food, so I'll go and get some more. And then you buy loads more and you open the tin and the cat goes, nah, don't like that. Yeah, it's really common. It's because big supermarket or big commercial food manufacturers don't have batch consistency. So when they say that they are food chicken derivatives, it may be that it's not the same quality grade of chicken that has been in the last one. And what constitutes as chicken could be feet, all sorts. So ideally, you want to get something that has batch consistency, and that's the reason why. And you're not the only one. So in the UK, we've got catkin, and I'm sure you'll have it over in the States. I haven't asked where everyone's from, but you'll have a fresh alternative, and that will be cooked the same. It's like human grade food that's cooked to the same batch consistency each time. So whether you get one pack of cluck and another pack of cluck 2 weeks later or 2 years later, it will be exactly the same. So that's why that is. Okay. You've got a cat that's very intuitive. Whenever I'm upset, I have anxieties all over me. Yeah, isn't that just the nicest thing ever? When I don't mean when you're upset, I mean when your cats know that you're, really upset. Bear with me, I seem to have run past myself again here on here. Uh, um, how do I get a puzzle girl? Okay, I think I've missed a few here now. Some great questions tonight. Indigo sandwiches. Hi there. New arrival from the pound, 8 months. She's super sweet and lovely most of the time, but occasionally attacks a hand or foot at random. Any suggestions to stop this? I've just covered that earlier on, and the same will apply to you. So if you can catch this on catch up or whatever you call it, go back. And I think it's fairly near the beginning, because I talked about it's when, if you want to fast forward, it's when I start waving these about, and there's some tips there on aggression, predatory aggression, and you'll find them there, and also on my TikTok video as well. How do I get an outdoor cat to transition to indoor? Over time, with enrichment as well, so making the indoor space a much more interactive and pleasurable place to be, rather than outside. So take your time. Winter is normally a good time to do that, because the weather is inclement anyway. So there's a video again on, I think I've called it outdoors to indoors, on my TikTok channel. Go and have a look at that, because that goes into great depth there. Now, going back to the Thanksgiving theme, I wanted to quickly show you some things that we need to be mindful of. So here we have a nice gift bag, maybe, that people are bringing in to you to say thank you very much for hosting over Thanksgiving. And I don't know, do you have crackers? Obviously, these are cat crackers. But the ribbons here, sometimes it's not ribbon, it's twine or wire. So we need to be really careful with the decorations and the wires and the things that are going to be in the home that are normally about. What about, obviously, it's a leopard print candle, naked flame. So this, as you can see, has not been lit. So I would never, ever have a candle that wasn't in a hurricane lamp or something like that. Obviously unscented around the cats, but these things really, you do need to be careful. Just imagine somebody like Pudding with her fluffy tail wafting through that, a tail will be on fire. It's worth also making a note over the holidays where and when your local vet clinic is going to be open, because heaven forbid that they do eat something that they shouldn't, you're going to want the vet quick. And excuse me, the quicker you can get there, the better. So making sure that you write it all down in advance. Hopefully you won't need it, but at least if you do, then I need to go here, or this is the number I call. And obviously alcohol. This isn't, there you go, it's a little bottle. Alcohol, keep it away from dogs and cats. I mean, obviously I'm talking about cats here, but it applies to dogs too. Some people think it's really funny to give dogs some alcohol. It's toxic. Chocolate is really toxic. So, and when you think about, you might have some of these in a minute, your sweeties, and they're in lovely, nice coloured wrappers, which are really going to be attractive to dogs and maybe cats. Don't leave these sorts of things lying around. Make sure that they're kept away. Um, Garlic. That is really, really bad. Anything from the garlic family, so onions as well, keep those away. So with your gravy and things that you're making, don't put any. If you want to give your cat a little bit of gravy with some turkey, as long as the turkey hasn't been basted with lots of seasoning, then they can have a bit of turkey, and they can certainly have some bone broth from the turkey, but no turkey bones. Okay, so no bones at all for cats, because that can really cause a problem, and that's the same for fish as well. So thinking about your gravy, if you want to make a turkey stock, then that's brilliant. You can put a tiny amount of oil, not too much, into that to make sure that it tastes nice, and then you can season it afterwards. But if you want to just give some turkey stock, that's amazing, especially if you've got a geriatric cat or a cat that's inappetent. It's a great way to get more flavour into their food. So give that a go. Lots of paper. Whilst this is going to be fun in a ball, that's great. But again, it's the ribbons that go, all those little stringy ribbons, they can be really, really dangerous for cats. And festive, um, pine needles, the water from your Christmas tree. I know we're coming on to Christmas later on, but if you have got these holiday flowers or anything like that, be really mindful. So anything, lilies, flowers in general can be really toxic for cats, and also the flower water that they go in. So be thinking very, very carefully about visitors coming into the home. Are they door dashers? If so, you can print these signs off to say, don't let the cat out, or close the door behind you, especially if you've got an indoor cat or you've got a cat that you want to keep in overnight, during the hours of darkness, then that's really crucial as well. So, are they going to get stressed? Learn to recognize the signs of stress in cats when people are coming over that perhaps don't normally come over, and maybe your eye's a little bit off the ball, and your cat's out of their routine. They will start acting up. Some cats will be naughty, other cats will be more reclusive, or they won't be eating, and really go inside themselves and not as they normally were. So that's really important, because then that's when, if they have got a stressy cat, you're going to get things like cystitis will flare up. So using Pet Remedy, Fellaway Optimum, Accutane at this time of year is going to be really, really crucial to them doing well. So I've talked about the flowers, the visitors, the wrapping paper, the foods. I think I've covered quite a lot actually. Now, I am going to be back in December. BD will put the date in. I think it's the 17th of December. So I'll be able to cover all things more festive there, which I'll really, really look forward to. So Luna, we do everything: food, puzzles, playtime, clean a toilet after each. We have Fellaway everywhere. We've fully catified every space in the house. We brush her. She seems happy, but still has idiopathic cystitis. So there's something that you haven't unpicked there. So is it that, I'm just guessing here now, is she an indoor cat? Can she see a cat that's outside that's actually, on here you go, that's actually upsetting her? Is she smelling a cat outside? There'll be a trigger. There'll definitely be something there. And I know it's really hard when you say, oh, I'm doing everything I should be, and yet they still have idiopathic cystitis. Have you tried Accutane? Because that might be worth a try, because that's low level. I think after that, if she's getting recurrent bouts of cystitis, I would definitely be hiring a behaviourist who can work alongside your vet with veterinary referral. And then if they need to discuss other things, they've got a lot more choice there at their disposal, working alongside the vet. So definitely look into that, because there's something that is not right for her still to have that. It's just you haven't found it yet, but it sounds like you're doing a great job. So well done. Yeah. About Brian, Sonia can question again. Sorry, have I missed it? Oh, well, there it is. You've got a 15-year-old cat. Should she be on food tailored to seniors? Ideally, yes, because they're nutritionally geared up with certain levels. I think it's phosphorus, I think. Or I'm not a nutritionalist, so I don't know. But I think that certain levels are reduced so that it's less pressure on or less taxing on the kidneys. So that's why I would stick to senior food. And whether wet or dry, then that's fine. It may also be the protein content that's slightly different. So yeah, definitely stick with your senior food. Thank you for putting that in again and flagging that up, Bev. You currently give a soft food at night with dry food during the day. Brilliant. Yeah, so she's getting a mixed diet again with the if I wanted to be critical, I would say, okay, how are you giving that dry food? Are you giving it in an elevated bowl? Are you giving it in a puzzle feeder or something to just give her a little bit of enrichment as well? That would be really good. 17th of December, thank you. 17th of December for the next live. Do you know about ferals? I just got here late again. J Ray, but you got here. Yay, brilliant. What do you need to know about ferals? You just pop it in there. Why is my cat meowing all night? Well, how old is your cat? Because I think I've just covered cognitive dysfunction in senior cats. It may be that they're feeling insecure, lonely, attention seeking. Have they not had enough enrichment during the day? Are they feeling cold? I've just written an article for cats.com on why is my cat keeping me up all night. So look out for that, because that one will certainly help you and answer some questions. You also notice she screams at our bathroom door after we got the sink installed, and then when I open the door she just leaves. She's 11 months. Thanks in advance. I guess this is attention seeking. She's obviously had access into the bathroom and she wants to go in. So that's all she's doing. Something like that at her age, it's not health related. She's just attention seeking. I just ignore it and distract her with something else. You're very welcome, Brian. She's always been an indoor cat and we've got a leash trained. Okay, she was found in a trash bag as a kitten and we adopted her, and she loves humans but is extremely phobic with other pets. Yeah, I mean, you never know the history of these cats, do you? What have they been through? But how lovely, Luna, that you've given us such a lovely life. Noodle, who isn't about, but he was abandoned as well. And I always think, what has he gone through prior to me getting him? Luckily, I know the history of Hugo, I know the history of Basil and the Snow Bengal brothers as well. So, and all of them, I think it's just Noodle at the moment that I don't know his history for, but that's so lovely that you've got her. You've got Mama Cat living in your yard. You've got 2 kittens. It seems she wants me to take her kittens inside. She leaves them on my porch every day and watches them. If she's happy, I mean, if there's a way that you could leave the door open and that she will bring them in, then that's great. If Mama Cat is happy with you, then clearly she trusts you with her kittens. So how old are they, and is she still feeding them? Because you've got to think, if suddenly you do take them in and then she suddenly rejects them, you've got to be feeding them. So be mindful of the age as well. I hope that helps. You're tired of getting up and opening the door every time. I bet you are. Just ignore them, honestly. On my TikTok channel, sorry, I'm banging on about this, but literally is specific videos for every single comment. So if I haven't answered it in full, go look on there. There's one called Furry Alarm Clock, and that is literally how to train your cat to not train you, because I call them Jedi cats because they train you so well. And they're very good at training us, aren't they? You've got separation anxiety. No, she's got separation anxiety. Mind you, I get separation anxiety when I go and leave my babies. Yeah, so with the separation anxiety, Luna, check out the Echo Alexa, almost said it, the Echo Pet Buddy skill, and the Anxetane. I think that would really help your dear girl. I really do. You're getting a 5-month-old. Can I have some likes, please, guys? I haven't seen those hearts going up. I'm either boring you or what, I don't know. I'm getting a 5-month-old unneutered kitten. Thank you. They're coming in now. I'm worried about spraying. Get it spayed, neutered as soon as possible. Prepubescent neutering is quite common now, so the sooner you get it neutered, the better. It used to be that if your cat learns to spray, they'll carry on spraying. Even neutered cats will spray if they feel the need, but definitely if you can prevent that rehearsal of the behaviour in the first place, speak to your vet about that. Yeah, I know it's tough to manage, Luna. I'm also getting a service dog soon. How do I introduce the dog to my cats? That's a great question. Your service dog should be well trained around other animals, so I don't think you'll have a problem with the dog at all. I think the issue, Mikhail, will be the cat's reacting. So you would start off by doing non-visual scent swapping, so making sure that they're both in their own zones and you're literally swapping blankets and things like that. And once that's gone okay for a period of days, weeks, just be prepared for it to take a while, then you can actually go on then to do a visual introduction. So obviously for a dog, you've got dog gates, which are a bit taller. That would be a brilliant way of doing that. And getting your dog a snuffle blanket and maybe one for your cat as well. So each time that they come into contact with each other, either side of the gate, I'm not talking feeding because they shouldn't have to choose between feeding and having an interaction with each other. Feeding time should be done way apart. I'm talking high reward treats here and enrichment. And so that every time they come close to one another, you perhaps give the cat a treat, or maybe if the dog's clicker trained, you can clicker and give the dog a treat. But it works two ways, but that's really how I would start on that. And again, there's a video on that. Good luck with your dog as well. J Ray, the attempt to bring the kittens indoors, they're growing up fast. Max, yeah, so if they're weaned, then yeah, by all means you can take those kittens in, and probably sooner in that respect if they are weaned, because otherwise they'll start moving on and then you won't know what will happen to them and you won't be able to get them neutered, and then they'll go and create more kittens everywhere. Loving the cat stories, feeding 7 right now. Oh, lovely. How many cats have you all got? I've got 7 here. Sorry, Christy, I think I've missed your actual question there. If you want to type it again. Apex Royals, any tips for managing my cat shedding? He's an orange long hair, brush him often, but it is the Racoma brush that's also affordable, like $20 US. So what have I got? A long hair, I like these sort of things. So this is the Pet Remedy massager, but literally you can really, and it gets rid of all the guard hairs, all the dead hair as well. So these are brilliant. Hugo's gone now, but I don't know whether you've seen, I think I did a video on this on YouTube previously, and I just showed you how much you can get off. And Hugo's a short hair and he gets brushed every day, and I got covered in hair. It really is brilliant, and it's can you see it's really, really soft. So I guess you don't have to get one of those per se, but this is the Pet Remedy one, but I guess they must sell these for human scalp massages. I think you just need to make sure that they've got that sort of length to be able to get in to get all the loose hair out. Give that a go. Jerry, no, she's not nursing them anymore, my best cat. Okay, so if they're between 8 to 12 weeks, they're already past the critical period. So you're going to have to get them in really soon to make sure that you can imprint in them on, really, because the critical period is already gone. But if they're used to seeing you around, then you may be that you can sort of habituate them to being more happy in a home, so get them in as soon as possible. Oh, thank you. We'll check your account as soon as possible. I think that's mine, is it? I don't know, but thank you if it is. Oh, she did that long ago. Sorry, Christine. Um, you've got one, but it feels like 10 getting another soon. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, Christy, thank you. Your cat talks and sounds like she's trying to communicate in English. Is she imitating or communicating? Communicating. Cats vocalizations, I think they've got about 200 different vocalizations that they can use, but the meow they just use for us. So generally, cats don't communicate with each other with a meow at all. They have lots of non-verbal communication, trilling, purring, lots of different ways that obviously hiss. That's something else, but that she's actually communicating with you. And if it sounds like English, I've seen videos on this on social media where it does sound like the cat's saying a word. No, they're not parrots. They're not gonna mimic, but they are just communicating, which is lovely. You've got 3 cats. Oh, lovely, Star. Bev answered. Oh, thank you, Bev. You're working away there on the background. My guess at the kitchen, they don't. Okay, yeah, they don't have blue eyes anymore, and they're more independent. They kibble and catch mice. Oh gosh, yeah. So you need to get them, and you need to get them wormed as well, flea treated, and get that sorted. So the sooner you get them in and get them habituated gently, the sooner you'll be able to rehome and get them onto nice homes, and then maybe Mama Cat can get neutered as well. Um, Okay, J Ray, I've answered your question. Can we send lots of hearts, please, to show our appreciation? Thank you, Bev. Christy, I swear, Christy, sorry, I swear my cat says hello, Mum. Nicole. I'm not sure. Oh, that's funny. Video, okay. There's again, put the link to your channel on there so I can later on, so I can go and look at all of you guys, what you've been up to with your cats and everything. So I think we're about to wrap up. I've still got loads more to talk about, but I think I'm going to save all of this now for the Christmas one. I will give you a little teaser though. Ooh, look at this. How cute is this? So I'll show you this next time. And also, I don't know whether you watched one of my really, really earlier YouTube all about the Cat Show Live. And I was giving you guys so many sort of teasers and promises that there was something going to be coming up for you, even in America. Well, I can sort of half tell you that there is something big happening in early December. Now, Bev is going to give you a link to Cat Show Live. It's going to be a special cat club community, an online community just for cat lovers. There may be some familiar faces on there, just saying. There will be lots of informative, science-based, educational. It's about promoting responsible pet ownership and education as well. That's what the whole the ethos of the Cat Show Live Cat Club is going to be. So there will be a lot more as well. So you'll be able to get access to lots and lots of different things in this really, really affordable online cat community. So please check that out. There you go. Bev's put the link in. There's the Facebook group. You can sign up on the website. You've got to sign up to the website, I think, just to, or the Facebook to be able to know when it launches. It launches in early December, and I'm not allowed to say anymore. I've got to leave you wanting more. But on that note, I would like to thank you all for joining this evening, and I'll see you on the 17th, 16th, no, 17th of December, Beth. It's the Tuesday. So it's the Tuesday in December that I'm sure it's the 17th, not the 16th. Oh no, Hugo, you almost cut us off. So I'm sorry if I've missed any more questions, but you know what I do afterwards. If you type them all in the on the video afterwards, I go back and I'll answer them all anyway. And I keep checking for about 2 weeks. Heather said, "Hello, Hugo." Well, um, it's a pleasure. Christy, I love just chatting, and I know it's people think how is it odd because I'm just sitting here talking to myself, but I'm not because the work because you're so interactive and you're asking the questions. I think you're actually what's that all about? He said it's time. Oh, he looks a grumpy boy there, doesn't he? I actually feel like I'm engaging with you all, and it's so nice that you take time out of your day to come and listen to me waffle on about cats. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Be safe, be thankful, and enjoy yourself. And I'll see you again in December. And any questions, don't forget, just pop them on the message at the end. And huge thanks to Bev because she's done a sterling job today as always. But yeah, thank you. Bye, everyone. What do we say, Bev? Meow for now.